les États-Unis étaient au bord du gouffre. Touché de plein fouet par la crise financière, le monde entier regardait le géant américain chanceler, prêt à tomber. Mais depuis quelques années, l'Amérique se relève. Selon la Banque centrale, la croissance des États-Unis sera de 3% en 2015. Dans tout le pays, la consommation reprend. Et le chômage est passé sous la barre des 6% à l'automne 2014. Comparé à l'Europe, et en particulier à la France, la bonne santé américaine pourrait apparaître comme un miracle. Mais en réalité, ce miracle a un nom, le pétrole de schiste. Les États-Unis produisent aujourd'hui 8,5 millions de barils de pétrole par jour. Le pays en est le 3e producteur mondial. Il pourrait devenir le premier dans moins de 5 ans. Les hydrocarbures de schiste, gaz et pétrole sont la clé de la reprise économique. Grâce à eux, les ménages américains ont économisé 1 200 $ par an depuis 5 ans. Mais quel est le prix de ce miracle? Aux États-Unis, la question est un peu taboue. À Washington, nous l'avons d'abord posée aux industriels du pétrole. Steve Everley est l'un des porte-parole de l'IPA, une association financée par les pétroliers et chargée d'informer les journalistes et les citoyens.
10 years ago, the conventional wisdom was that the United States was going to have to deal with high natural gas prices permanently. We were going to have to build all sorts of import terminals. We were going to have to rely on other countries for natural gas. What innovation in the oil and gas space has done is unlocked new supplies of natural gas, and it's so abundant now. We have about a 100-year supply. The sort of price swings we've seen with natural gas are essentially a thing of the past. And what that means is that a lot of these people on fixed incomes and a lot of low-income families can now afford their energy bills, and they have more disposable income to either to spend on their kids or even coming up on Christmas to spend on presents for their family. We're now kind of the swing producer in the world. This is a fundamental change. And so with that is going to come certain amounts of scrutiny, and I think that's fair.
Nous décidons d'aller voir par nous-mêmes la face cachée de ce nouveau rêve américain. À près de 3000 km de là, dans le Dakota du Nord, nous voulons découvrir à quoi ressemble le quotidien de ceux et celles qui travaillent et qui vivent sur la terre bénie du pétrole de schiste. Collé à la frontière du Canada, à égale distance entre Atlantique et Pacifique, le Dakota du Nord était un des États les moins peuplés des États-Unis. Mais ça, c'était avant l'arrivée des puits. En 6 ans, cet État est devenu le nouvel Eldorado de l'or noir. 12 000 puits en activité, un nouveau puits est foré toutes les 3 heures. L'État produit à lui seul plus d'1 million de barils par jour. Nous nous arrêtons à Watford City. Il y a 12 ans, cette commune comptait un peu plus de 1200 habitants. La population a été multipliée par 8. Et les travailleurs du pétrole continuent d'arriver tous les jours. Dans cette ville, comme dans toutes celles de l'État, les champs ont laissé la place aux routes, aux mobil-hommes, aux supermarchés, aux écoles. Des bâtiments construits à la hâte, avec l'argent des entreprises d'extraction du pétrole. Nous nous dirigeons justement dans un quartier de mobil-hommes en lisière de la ville. Ici, les résidents viennent de tous les États-Unis, Wyoming, Utah ou Louisiane. Brandon Davis a 24 ans. Il est arrivé seul du Michigan il y a 2 ans.
What's up? Welcome to the Bakken.
Sa femme et son fils l'ont rejoint il y a 3 mois.
Honey, I'm home. What's up? Hi. What are you doing? Huh? Where's my kiss? Oh, you want one too? Mwah. What's up? What did you do today? Nothing? Nothing? Go to the park?
Yep.
Did you make me dinner?
Yep.
My day was about the same as it always is. I worked in an oil field in Michigan for 6 years, and this is where it's happening. This is the place to be. This isn't why work in Michigan and try to fight for hours, work 30 hours a week, 20 hours a week when you come out here and make the big bucks. I make in 5 days here what I can make working 90 hours in 7 days in Michigan. So.
Son salaire, $8 000 par mois, 7 fois le salaire minimum aux États-Unis. Mais ici, ça ne fait pas de lui un homme riche. Ce mobil-homme, c'est tout ce qu'il a pu trouver pour se loger.
This is the communal area right here. We got, TV and all this stuff. This is the bathroom here. It isn't much for the 5 people we have living here, but it gets the pipe dope off of us at the end of the day. And this is the master suite. This is the biggest bedroom in the house. It isn't much either, but it is what it is.
La chambre du couple est aussi celle de leur fils, car les 2 autres sont occupés.
This is the smallest room in the house. This is my little brother here, my bigger little brother. He's also my worm on my rig.
I'm the worm.
Hey, Jamie! Yeah. Jamie! Yeah. This is the second biggest room in the house. There's Jamie. We pay $5.50 a month per room to live here. And that comes directly out of our check.
We have no choice.
Yeah. But that's good. $16.50 a month for the whole trailer. That's not bad at all for this area of the country. This is actually the highest. I looked up highest housing rate on the internet, and we were Williston and Watford City.
Ce mobil-homme d'une 40aine de mètres carrés, il le loue au même prix qu'un appartement de la même taille à New York. Cette famille de travailleurs de l'or noir y vit à 5, 7 jours sur 7. Le boom pétrolier a fait flamber les prix de l'immobilier, mais aussi de tout le reste.
I think it's very high. Coming back from Michigan, just one example is Campbell's soup. It's back home. I'd say it was 65 cents for a can. Here it's $2.65 or something like that. It's just outrageous, just for groceries. I went the other day and spent, I think it was $95 for 2 bags of things I walked out with, groceries. So.
Hey, cheers to that, brother, man.
I got 5 still. What? She asked me where my beer was. I gotta go buy more beer.
Depuis le début de l'exploitation des hydrocarbures de schiste, le Dakota du Nord a créé plus de 100 000 emplois. Des travailleurs qui viennent ici avec un but simple, s'enrichir. Entre eux, ils racontent que le pétrole fait 1 millionnaire par jour. Un rêve ? Peut-être. Mais selon certains cabinets d'études du pétrole, ce serait en fait 1 millionnaire toutes les 5 heures. Nous rencontrons l'un de ces travailleurs enrichis par le pétrole. Il s'appelle Terry Tynes, il a 54 ans et il est originaire du Dakota du Nord.
I'm just not used to this many vehicles and all the building that's took place here, which is good for the economy, but we grew real fast, population-wise, in a matter of a couple of years. I don't know how many brand new motels went up here. 20 of them probably within the last 2 years alone. Pretty wild. You really got to do some defensive driving here. You can't just rely on yourself. Now it's just gotten crazy. Right here is kind of our bone pile. All the wrecked vehicles, there's wrecks every day. I mean, look at trucks, campers. Well, they're behind the fence now, but...
Terry est chef de chantier sur les puits de pétrole. Il ne vit plus dans le Dakota du Nord, mais dans le Minnesota voisin. Il s'y est acheté une grande maison avec l'argent qu'il a gagné. Il revient ici travailler chaque mois, avant de repartir chez lui, loin des puits, des camions et du bruit.
I want 2 French toast and a couple links.
And links?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that on regular toast?
Quand il vient travailler, Terry vient toujours prendre son petit déjeuner dans ce café. Il le fréquente depuis plus de 30 ans.
You want just regular white bread?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This used to be the hot spot for elderly. Would get together. You could learn a lot of history coming in here. Here, this cafe. The elderly don't come here no more. Why? The traffic. They can't drive in it. So we don't have our little farmers get together, senior citizens get together every morning that they used to always have. That's gone. But you can't stop development. The money's here. People are going to come here.
Désormais, les travailleurs ne parlent plus. Trop fatigués. Et puis, tous sont là pour la même chose.
Today, this kind of hole, they still bring millions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, every hole is...
Did it make you a millionaire?
Me? I'm happy. I'm happy. You want my wage? I'm happy.
Devant notre caméra, Terry n'acceptera pas de nous dire combien le pétrole de schiste lui a rapporté.
I make more money in one day right now than I used to make a whole month farming.
En fait, cet ancien fermier a déjà gagné 6 millions de dollars. 1 million par an. Mais dans le Dakota du Nord, Terry Tynes pourrait presque passer pour un gagne-petit. Pour trouver ceux qui profitent vraiment de l'exploitation du pétrole et du gaz de schiste, il faut aller à l'écart des villes, parcourir quelques miles au milieu des puits, puis pénétrer sur leurs terres. Gene Vider est un propriétaire terrien. Il possède 1000 hectares, sur lesquels sont installés 8 puits.
So these trucks are hauling water that are waiting to go onto the site to push the water down into the hole, inject it in, and forcefully move sand into the fractures to release the oil from the site.
Le procédé s'appelle fracturation hydraulique. À 2 km de profondeur, les canalisations injectent de l'eau à très haute pression, mélangée à du sable et à des produits chimiques. Un mélange gardé secret par les entreprises de fracturation.
What do you feel when you see this drill?
Basically, we see the fuel supply that pretty much drives our country right now. So we see the economic opportunity that comes with that. We also see the impacts that come with that. We still have not found an incident of a fracking issue of the thousands of wells we've put in North Dakota. We still have not found an instance that's happening. In any industry, you can have that type of issue, but that probably is one of the least of our worries, is contamination of groundwater through fracking.
Depuis le début de l'exploitation, les bénéfices tirés des puits par Gene Vider se comptent en centaines de milliers de dollars. Gene Vider a une fille, Jessie. Chanteuse de folk parcourant les festivals de la région, à 29 ans, elle vient de sortir un nouvel album intitulé « Rien ne dure jamais ». Elle y raconte, justement, qu'il faut accepter de se tourner vers l'avenir.
It's kind of a reflection on how quiet life used to be out there and how things are going to change, but it won't be like this forever.
Mais dans l'immédiat, le plus gros changement pour Jessie, c'est cette toute nouvelle maison qu'elle vient de se faire construire. Une maison à 250 000 $.
Okay, so this is it. It's not a huge house, but it's something we've been working on for a long time. And my husband and I been together since high school, so we had always thought we would build this house in this place. Yeah, so we just built this deck this summer. We're not quite finished, but the idea is that you have a nice outdoor and indoor living space. And
What is this?
oh yeah, you can see. Having a drilling rig on your land is lucrative for your family. So you can complain about it, but there's money that comes and benefits that come with it for family-owned land.
Les parents de Jessie possède ce que n'ont pas tous les fermiers de la région, c'est-à-dire des droits miniers, les droits d'exploitation du sous-sol.
So what you see here is a drilling rig on a section of our property. And when you were here 2 years ago, there was a pumping unit. They had been drilling in this particular piece already, but they had a pumping unit in. Now the company decided to come back in and drill a super pad, which means they'll be drilling multiple. There'll probably be 3 to 4 pumping units on this site in the future. So it'll be a bigger impact on the area. And it's actually not in a bad spot. This isn't huge usable land for us. It's kind of sad because it was, this was kind of a nice hunting area, it was pretty.
Depuis l'arrivée du pétrole, les videurs ne chassent plus. Le gibier s'est éloigné et de toute façon, ils n'ont plus vraiment le temps. Depuis 1 an, la jeune femme travaille à la mairie de Watford City.
I'll be happy to do it. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye. This is our Watford City as it is, and as it was, as it is today. And all of these squares are little zones of development that are being planned. 2001, we had in Watford City about 1,200 people. Today, we're talking more like in Watford City, not Mackenzie County, more like anywhere from 6,000 to 9,000 people. There's not very many communities in the United States that have had this type of growth in this amount of time.
Jessie travaille au développement économique de la ville avec son père. Autrefois éleveur et fermier à temps plein, Gene Vider est désormais à la tête du groupe d'élus locaux chargé de la sélection des projets de construction. Et l'ancienne petite commune voit les choses en grand depuis que son portefeuille s'est épaissi.
And oil companies have participated in many of them, from swimming pools to golf courses to museums to walking paths, emergency services, city halls. The fear is that you continue to grow to a point and then all of a sudden that growth stops. So that's the big issue with everybody every day is how big do you build something like this if 10 years from now you don't have the population to support it. That's what's pretty much on everybody's mind.
He should be senator in a few years.
I'm booking for president. If I had to be president, I don't want to be any.
Well, governor, then senator, then gotta work your way up.
La région où ont lieu les forages s'appelle le Bakken. Cette région a beau être quasiment dénuée de présence humaine, grâce aux flammes qui s'échappent des puits, elle est aussi visible depuis l'espace que Minneapolis ou Chicago. Depuis que l'exploitation du sous-sol a commencé, la terre du Dakota du Nord s'est littéralement recouverte de puits de forage, un puits tous les 15 km, sur un État grand comme un tiers de la France. À Watford City, nous retrouvons Terry Tynes, le chef de chantier.
My mom used to live in these apartments, but her rent went from $375 a month to $2,000 a month. So needless to say, we had to move her out of there and get her into a more affordable place. The senior citizens really suffer up here if they have to rent.
Toute la famille de Terry a quitté la région. Mais son fils Todd travaille toujours ici, chez un concessionnaire automobile. Pour les vendeurs de voitures, les affaires marchent très bien. Et on recrute à tour de bras. Le chômage n'existe pas à Watford.
What you doing, buddy?
I can help you today.
Huh? How you doing?
Hanging in there.
Huh?
Hanging in there.
Oh, it's a long drive up here. Long drive. Got held up in a snowstorm, but I made it.
It's cold up here.
Huh?
It's cold.
Still hate it here?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? I'd love to take them all out there with me, but the economy out there is slower. So it's not a good place for, wouldn't be a good place for him to move. He's where the money's at right now.
À 28 ans, avec un diplôme de mécanicien, le fils de Terry gagne près de 4 000 $ par mois.
Well, I worked there almost 3 years in the rigs, but I got hurt a couple times, and it was just too many close calls for too easy to die and stuff like that. So I went back to what I knew better, and been here for just over 5 years now. So.
Why are you staying in Williston? Why are you here?
Well, I just got married and got a 3-year-old, so. And the money for right now, I guess, but we are planning on getting out of here, so.
Why do you want to get out of here?
Just miss the quiet. Too busy here. Too much crime. It's just too much for raising a kid here. Just too dangerous, I think, so. Now they steal 3-4 vehicles a day. There's murders every month almost. We had one of our brand new Challengers stolen out of the showroom floor here about a year ago.
You've had your vehicle stolen twice, right?
Yep.
Once right out of your garage.
Yep, out of my garage.
Right out of his garage, I stole his vehicle.
You just drive in, it's just dirty, and all you see is pipe and oil racks and everything like that. And it's ugly, I think. Used to be green grasses in the ditch and medians. Now it's brown and this full of dirt and trash. So.
Are the locals all gonna leave soon, you think?
A lot of locals have already left. They have left.
But they won too because they own land.
They won because they own land or they own mineral rights.
They become millionaires overnight.
Yep. But the money's also changed some of the local people. Some for the worse, some for the better. But some people just turned into total. They won't talk to you no more. And it's like, hey, what happened? You know, what happened? Why all of a sudden this oil changed your attitude? And it changes people's attitudes real fast, money does.
You haven't changed?
No, I don't think so.
Todd?
No. He just has nicer things now and enjoys his peace and quiet.
Yeah. Well, keep here, buddy. I'll give you a call if anything comes up, Remedy. You know where I'm at. I'm just a phone call away.
Avant de quitter Watford, nous retournons voir la famille Davis, dans le quartier des mobil-hommes. Les 3 hommes de la maison sont au travail. Christina, son fils et la voisine essaient de tuer le temps.
What do you do? Play toys! He doesn't have kids to play with that I know, so I mean, I really would definitely like to go back to Michigan. It's not really a place right now I want to be here with him. It's boring. Not much to do.
You're shopping
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, we go, you have to drive like 2 hours to get anywhere.
How long do you think you will stay here?
10 years maybe, hopefully
go
less
for the
than that,
house?
way less. As long as there's the oil work to do here, I guess I'm gonna be here. I definitely want to sacrifice to come here. We left everything back home.
Everything that we've always known is left back.
That is enough.
It's like restarting a whole new life, really.
Yeah.
Pour certains, l'exploitation du pétrole de schiste a un goût amer. Pour d'autres, c'est une catastrophe. Nous allons à 2 heures de route au nord de Watford City, sur les terres de Frank Lepel, un fermier natif du Dakota du Nord. Avant le boom pétrolier, Frank voyait passer une voiture par semaine sur son domaine. Aujourd'hui, ce sont des dizaines de camions par jour. Dans le sous-sol des terres de ce fermier, on a découvert du pétrole, beaucoup de pétrole. Quand les compagnies sont venues l'exploiter, il n'a pas eu son mot à dire. Frank est propriétaire de ces terres, mais il n'est pas propriétaire des droits d'exploitation du sous-sol. 18 puits ont été installés sur ces champs.
pipeline gets tied on. It could be 3 months, it could be 3 years. If it's this oil out, it gets this pasture on fire, yeah, it'll burn us out. Ain't much you can do about it. Why would you care about me? I don't have no mineral interest on none of this stuff. They don't want to care whether they destroy the land because they don't own it, they don't use it.
Franck a travaillé pendant 35 ans pour s'offrir cette terre et son troupeau. Depuis que les torchères sont là, ces bêtes sont malades. Elles perdent leur poil par poignée. L'an dernier, 10 vaches sont mortes sans explication. Faute d'argent pour payer une autopsie pratiquée par un vétérinaire, Wanda, la femme de Franck, ne sait toujours pas ce qui a tué ces bêtes.
I don't know what the chemicals are because they will never tell you what they're using because it's a trade secret. But in my mind, yeah, the cows are breathing it in and then we're eating that beef. So it's in our food chain and it's going into us too. Plus it's in the cows. So what does it cause? I don't know. I think in the long run we will know and by then it'll be too late.
Franck et Wanda Lepel ne sont pas les seuls à se poser des questions sur les conséquences de l'exploitation du pétrole et du gaz de schiste. En particulier sur son mode d'extraction, le fracking. En français, la fracturation hydraulique. Nous continuons notre route vers le nord. À 3 heures de route de là, nous avons rendez-vous dans la petite ville de Ross. 500 habitants, dispersés sur une commune qui comptera bientôt presque autant de puits de pétrole. Bob est employé municipal. Depuis 35 ans, il est chargé de surveiller la qualité de l'eau courante de la ville. Une eau provenant de nappes souterraines situées juste à côté de la ville.
I'm required by the state to do a sample every month that takes care of the nitrates and make sure the water is being healthy and treated properly.
Depuis 35 ans, Bob n'a jamais détecté le moindre problème. Mais depuis 6 mois, les résultats sont quelque peu différents.
Still water coming?
Dans son bureau, des tests inquiétants s'accumulent.
My last test came up real high in uranium.
Uranium?
Uranium.
How come?
The normal on uranium is 30 UGL. So we're 6.7 over the maximum contaminant level. It's a little surprising because we don't know what uranium is coming from or why it should be high.
Do people in Ross still drink the water now?
Some of the people do, some of them choose not to because, well, when you make coffee, after it's dripped and put in the pot, it'll develop a little film on top, looks like oil film maybe. And they're mostly buying water to make their coffee, but they wash in it and they cook with it.
Pour tenter d'avoir des réponses, comme il l'a déjà fait, Bob décide devant nous de contacter le service de contrôle de la qualité de l'eau du Dakota du Nord.
Lydia, this is Bob Seibel up in Ross. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What I'm wondering is just how safe is that water where we're at now with that uranium?
Well, the MCL is 30.
I see, yeah.
30 is the highest you should be. Anything over 30 would be higher than the maximum contaminant level. And if you look at your numbers, they're slightly over the 30. They're,
right.
I think, 36, 37, somewhere in there. So it's not that high over the MCL.
Is there any way to know if there's any problem in the aquifer that could be caused from drilling or anything in the area? Like oil drilling or anything? Like drilling through
talk to somebody up in water quality. I'm not aware of anything.
Okay, I'll watch for it.
We'll grab another one. We'll grab another sample then.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, goodbye.
So, would you like to call sometimes the oil company to ask them?
The oil companies won't admit to anything. I guarantee you they won't. They just won't. They're not going to admit that, yeah, we're probably causing a problem when your well water. They're just not going to do it.
Why?
Well, because it's not in their best interest because they probably don't know either. Their position is that they're not hurting the environment.
Pour tenter de savoir justement d'où pouvait venir cette pollution de l'eau municipale, nous sommes allés dans une décharge voisine. L'industrie pétrolière produit à elle seule plusieurs centaines de tonnes de déchets par jour. La plupart est acheminée par camion dans des centres de tri dédiés. Mais cela coûte cher aux entreprises. Alors, depuis quelques années, pour faire des économies, ces déchets atterrissent parfois dans les ordures municipales. C'est illégal, mais de plus en plus courant.
These are full of hydrocarbons. They'll go to a special waste landfill. These buckets here, we don't know what's in them, and they're supposed to be tagged.
Voilà donc où atterrissent une partie des mystérieux produits chimiques injectés dans le sol lors de la fracturation hydraulique. Des produits qui nécessitent pourtant un traitement spécial. Le patron de la déchetterie a souhaité conserver l'anonymat. Il craint les pressions de la part des autorités du Dakota. Car dans les bennes qui sont déversées dans cette décharge, il trouve d'autres produits, plus toxiques encore.
This is a filter sock from the oil field. You guys want to check this? We'll see if it's radioactive.
Les filtres, appelés ici chaussettes radioactives, sont utilisés lors du forage d'un nouveau puits.
So when they frack, they pump it in the ground, and then when it comes back radioactive, plus picks up T-norm from the ground, and then it makes it worse.
Dans le Dakota du Nord, aucune structure n'est capable de traiter des déchets radioactifs supérieurs à 5 picocuries. Alors chaque jour, les employés de cette déchetterie scannent le contenu des bennes avec des compteurs Gégère. Les filtres radioactifs présentant en moyenne entre 30 et 60 picocuries sont rendus aux clients et finissent bien souvent abandonnés dans la nature. Des affiches ont même été créées pour recommander à tous de s'en éloigner.
I'll show you one that's back here full of hazards right now. Our background over here is like 5. And now it goes up to 100 microrems. Just this little piece of pipe right here. So that is 20 times the background that's legal to dump in a landfill. So if this stuff gets dumped in this landfill and it leaks, it gets in the water source and then we drink it.
Régulièrement, cet homme contacte le ministère de la Santé de l'État fédéré pour les avertir.
5 years ago, they found out about this radioactive waste and they were going to do something about it. And he said they were kind of bullied.
By who?
The oil and gas division. Because they come in and said, you know what do you think pays your salary? Kind of like the mafia. You know, they said, look the other way. And so I don't know, it's frustrating.
Quels moyens s'est donné cet État pour surveiller les risques liés à la fracturation hydraulique ? À Williston, la capitale économique, nous avons rendez-vous avec les représentants du département de la santé du Dakota du Nord.
Jennifer, nice to meet you. I'm Dave Blatt.
Leur mission inclut le contrôle de l'impact écologique des 12 000 puits qui quadrillent la région. Pour ces hommes, l'industrie pétrolière est sous contrôle.
Spills of different sizes, and most of them we get 5 to 7 a day. And most of them are small, but every once in a while you get a big one. And those are the ones that really take time and a lot of money to clean up.
Do you feel that your department has the means to work properly today?
We do have 2 field inspectors out every week responding to spill reports.
I would say that easily we're probably looking at 50 people are involved with at some aspect of the oil play. It's not just spills. The industry, they're required under state law and rule to report any spill.
The industry is reported to do it?
Yep, they're required to.
Why would they do it?
Because for them not to do it, the fines are pretty steep.
Les accidents les plus spectaculaires sont impossibles à ignorer. Ils restent cependant assez rares. Mais les conséquences de la fracturation hydraulique sur l'environnement et la santé ne sont pas forcément visibles. Au Dakota du Nord, aucune étude de grande ampleur n'a jamais été menée sur le sujet. Pour en savoir plus, nous nous rendons à San Francisco. Seth Shonkoff est chercheur à l'université de Berkeley. Spécialiste des questions d'énergie et d'environnement, il a publié en avril 2014 la première grande synthèse de tous les travaux menés aux États-Unis sur la question.
There's been a little bit of research that's come out of Colorado. And what this research suggests is that those mothers, those pregnant mothers who were living in high densities of oil and gas development, similar to the type of oil and gas development in North Dakota, those mothers gave birth to newborns that were to have a few adverse birth outcomes. So some of these birth outcomes, adverse birth outcomes, include neural tube defects and congenital heart disease.
La pollution des sols n'est pas le seul danger. Les gaz qui remontent à la surface et sont brûlés représentent aussi une menace pour le climat et pour la santé.
The climate impacts are that even though you are burning the methane, you are producing carbon dioxide as one of the byproducts. Carbon dioxide is the most important greenhouse gas. Burning this gas also releases different volatile organic compounds, including benzene and others, which are health damaging in their own right. And some of these volatile organic compounds are also precursors to the formation of ground-level ozone, or smog, which is known to be a strong respiratory irritant, has been associated with respiratory infections, cardiovascular disease, to some degree with premature death.
Nous retournons dans le Dakota du Nord. Nous voulons essayer de savoir ce que deviennent les déchets de la fracturation hydraulique quand ils ne sont pas pris en charge par les industriels du pétrole ou qu'ils ne finissent pas dans les décharges municipales. Nous avons rendez-vous avec Scott, un retraité, habitant de la région depuis toujours. Il y a 6 mois, une compagnie pétrolière est venue creuser une fosse de la taille d'un terrain de football juste en face de chez lui. Juste au-dessus des réserves en eau potable de la ville.
The oil companies came in here and they dig a pit to put drill cuttings, and they have procedures they have to follow. But this is an overly large pit. So this makes some concerns. I mean, it sounded like there was going to be a lot of drill cuttings put in here. And the more you put in, apparently the more you're going to have maybe concerns it's going to do something.
Scott a prévenu les autorités et a fait cesser le chantier. Pourtant, il n'est pas vraiment du genre écologiste. L'exploitation des hydrocarbures, il est pour. 24 puits forés sur ces terres, dont il possède les droits miniers, ont fait de lui un homme très riche. Mais en ancien travailleur du pétrole, il sait très bien comment se termine une fracturation hydraulique.
And they inject drilling mud, which has got chemicals, it's got diesel fuel, and these things are all regenerated out, and then they bring them to these pits. And they say that if you get them in there and covered, that there won't be a problem. I just don't, looking at this plastic, I mean, how safe is that?
What were you afraid of?
Well, contamination. You can get, I don't know what's all in this water.
Well,
you could be sick. It could cause things later. You can't have enough people to watch every little crevice and area in this.
I think
so. If you see something, I think you need to report it just to find out what it is.
Cette fois-là, les pétroliers ont dû trouver une autre solution. Mais alors, comment font les entreprises qui veulent se débarrasser de leurs déchets trop encombrants? Pour répondre à cette question, nous avons dû sortir des frontières du Dakota du Nord et nous rendre au Montana, l'État voisin. Nous avons entendu parler d'une décharge qui accepterait des camions sans trop poser de questions. Nous trouvons l'endroit. Et manifestement, des déchargements ont déjà eu lieu. Au moment où nous filmons, l'un d'eux semble même en cours. Pensant que des journalistes ne seraient pas forcément les bienvenus, nous décidons d'en savoir un peu plus, mais en caméra cachée.
Hi, sir.
Are you the owner of the place?
No, he's not here right now, but the private property, yeah.
What is it here exactly, this place? Because we heard a lot of stories, so we thought we would ask.
It's mostly a trucking company.
Trucking company?
Yeah, we haul stuff for the oil company.
Or do you have people coming to bring the material from their place?
We don't receive waste here, it goes to landfill.
What's the ground there, you know, the thing that the machine are digging up?
They're just leveling out the yard.
What's that for, the whole thing here? So if it's just a parking lot?
Yeah, I don't know, just dispatching stuff. I mean,
Well, thank you. Le patron n'est pas là, il est aussi injoignable au téléphone. Mais tandis que nous nous éloignons, une voiture s'arrête à notre hauteur.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
We're just wondering what this place is, do you know?
Recently got shut down because they weren't permitted properly.
So it was an illegal site, or?
Yeah, that's correct, that's right. Over there. Okay, all that is, it's tailings from the wells. It used to be in a drilling process, the tailings could go into a pit, and then when they're done drilling, then they could just bury that. Well, they can't do that anymore. So they got to haul it off to a facility, which was here.
This is hazardous waste?
Yeah. It does have some radioactivity in it. But you wouldn't know what was going on out here unless you... See, I haul the trash out of here, so I know these people out here, and I kind of know what's going on.
En passant par ce genre de société clandestine plutôt que par des centres de traitement agréés, les compagnies pétrolières les moins scrupuleuses font d'importantes économies. Impossible de savoir pour l'heure quel sera l'impact de ces enfouissements sauvages sur le long terme. Nous avons essayé de joindre par téléphone les entreprises responsables de la fracturation hydraulique sur place, mais aucune n'a accepté nos demandes d'interview. Pas même le Conseil pétrolier du Dakota du Nord, le plus puissant lobby de la région.
Typically, we don't do documentaries
Why not?
because there's too many opportunities for subjectivity, and we don't want our comments interpreted or taken in the wrong light.
Faute d'interlocuteurs, nous décidons de nous inviter à une réunion publique entre agriculteurs mécontents, représentants de l'État et de l'industrie pétrolière. Les fermiers sont venus des 4 coins de la région pour défendre leurs terres. Leur problème à eux, c'est la pollution à la saumure. Cette eau 10 fois plus salée que l'eau de mer est chargée de produits chimiques qui remontent du sous-sol avec le pétrole lors des forages. Elle est souvent déversée le long des routes à la sauvette par camions entiers et rend les champs totalement stériles.
The problem is they need to get a handle on what's going on now, or we're going to have this even worse. It'll be insurmountable.
Don Nelson est l'un de ces fermiers. Il a perdu plusieurs hectares de culture.
I don't think the state is doing their job now, is what I feel. That's why I'm here. If I didn't feel that, I wouldn't be here. There'd be no problem. But I just don't think they're handling it now. They're kind of burying their head in the sand.
Dans la salle, des sénateurs, des députés et bien sûr les représentants de l'industrie. Parmi eux, Ron Ness, le porte-parole des compagnies pétrolières. Et au fond de la salle, Lynn Helms, l'homme à la barbe, le directeur du bureau du pétrole du Dakota du Nord, un farouche défenseur de la fracturation hydraulique.
and disturbed by the oil field violations that occur.
We need to be doing something to protect that landowner.
Pendant 4 heures, photo à l'appui, les agriculteurs racontent les hectares de terre pollués, l'absence de contrôle et les accidents. Le directeur du bureau du pétrole ne semble pas partager leur avis.
What they're probably going to say is, we do it better in most states. This is too costly, or we'll leave the state if you get too harsh on us. Are those pictures the legacy you guys want to leave in this state? Because that is not a good job. It's not a good job.
They had the facts, they had the pictures, they had the documents from the state, so, there's nothing they can't deny it.
Malgré plusieurs demandes d'interview refusées, nous interrogeons le directeur du bureau du pétrole.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Would you have a minute just for a few questions? I told you, no interviews.
What was that? I'm sorry, is this available? Maybe you can answer.
No, I had told you no interviews, that we have to dedicate our time to local media.
He's got some time here. You're not available? No. Why not?
I'm looking for Senator O'Connell.
You don't want to answer a few questions about the oil activity here?
How would you say the fracking and drilling industries?
Et après quelques minutes de poursuite,
My response would be, we have the absolutely best regulatory system in North Dakota of any state in the United States. And I believe the United States has the best system of any country in the world. You saw, maybe a dozen incidents out of 26,000 wells that have been drilled? Yeah. There will be problems and accidents, there's no question.
Avant de quitter le Dakota du Nord, nous sommes retournés voir Frank et Wanda, le couple de fermiers encerclés par les puits de pétrole. Ils avaient encore une histoire à nous raconter. Ils voulaient nous montrer des photos. Celles de leurs bêtes, renversées par les camions-citernes dans leur pâturage. En tout, 14 animaux tués.
First one I found was Frank's pet bull. He had raised from a baby. And I'm the one that found him, and it was Christmas Day, if I know right. And I was like, how am I going to tell him his pet is dead?
We kind of tried to do a little of our own investigation, and we kind of went up and talked to the 3 different oil companies that was here at the time and asked them, is anybody reporting vehicles wrecked or anything like this? And nobody's saying nothing. And then I went home and made a sign that said, slow down. That's all I could do. And it didn't help, it didn't stop it. We lost another 6, 7 animals after that.
Are you going to leave at some point?
I'm going to die here. I'm going to make it just as miserable as I can for them for as long as I can.
I know that's his plan. He has said that from the start. I don't care, they're going to die here. Well, hon, you might die earlier than you think. You never know.
Well, let's put it this way. I fought hard to get where I'm at. Yeah, I don't have a lot, but by God, I'm not going to let somebody walk on me and take it away from me either.
Dans les prochaines années, le Dakota du Nord veut multiplier par 6 le nombre de ses puits. Si l'exploitation du pétrole de schiste continue à ce rythme, les États-Unis pourraient alors devenir le premier producteur mondial de pétrole en 2020.